Good day. It is a Tuesday in Milwaukee. I'm actually at a Goodwill. It feels like it's been a long time since I've been here. It's the one over by Miller Stadium, Miller Parkway. And it is typically my go-to on a Monday after work because I think that's when they restock their shelves. But this is a Tuesday, so I don't know what's going to happen. I messed up with my intro, so I just wanted to say, let's hit it. I'm starting here in the candle section, and this giraffe covered candle is pretty cute. Look at it briefly. And then I noticed this art glass speckled bud vase. I love the color, and I actually like these grouped in with different colors of little bud vases. I've picked up some very similar before, so I decided to take that. Don't you just love this silly mummy face on this candle? It's so cute. It would have been great for Halloween. These silver plated candlestick holders are very pretty. I like the design around the base. I don't pick up silver plate very much, but I will sometimes take cut glass candlestick holders, especially if it's a striking design or crystal or a brand name that I can discern. And in this case, I don't bring any with me, but I do take a look. I continue browsing, waiting for something to catch my eye. I pick up this little pottery bowl. It's Japanese, but I was attracted to that simple but pretty design on it. Metal sculpture can sometimes be really interesting to me, so I took a look at that one. And this tiny hurricane lamp, actually, now that I think about it, probably should have picked that up. I think hurricane lamps actually do quite well. These glass mugs with the barrel design and the wooden handles are quite common in my neck of the woods. I do not tend to pick them up, even though they are vintage. Here among the figurines, what I'm usually looking for are unusual items, weird things, things that I've never seen before. Those are the things that can be sleeper items that do really well on eBay. This iridescent clear glass bird could have been a quality piece, except the finish on it was really quite worn and scratched, so I left it behind. When I'm around ceramic houses, I'm usually checking for blue sky pieces. I move on to the boxes. I love the boxes aisle because I'm looking for wooden boxes, and this one catches my eye briefly. It's a 1970s unicorn piece. I like the unicorn, but not quite my jam. I am a little more attracted to things like this, which are rustic boxes, especially when they're antique. This one is not that old, but I took a quick look at it. And then my eye was caught by this very colorful fish plate. It was by someone named Nicole Engblom. I know nothing about it, so I decide I have to look that one up. This is an adorable little ceramic elephant planter. The green color is really lovely on it. The glaze is cool, and the expression is so wonderful, but unfortunately a chippy ear. I'm not sure what this is when I first pick it up. It's really ornate. It's very fancy. And I'm thinking door knocker, and then I go, no, that's a toilet paper roll holder. I have a thing for hand painted violets on china, and this beautiful cup caught my eye. Look at those lovely violets. But clearly, as I looked at it, I realized that saucer does not go with the cup. I think that's a chocolate pot cup, but that saucer does not match, so I put that back. This pottery vase really catches my eye. I love the lines on it. It looks old. It is sort of a jack-in-the-pulpit shape. I'm thinking it could be early 20th century. And so I love the chartreuse color. It's such a pretty shape. I put that in my cart. A milk glass compote back here, probably vintage. And a hand-painted pottery canister, worth taking a look at. And here I see a vintage planter with what I believe is called splatter glaze or pebble glaze, popcorn glaze. It's that very bumpy texture. It looks old. I think it's probably mid-century. It's not marked, but I like the shape. It's just, I put it in my cart, but I'm just concerned about the staining on the rim. So I take a look at it. I'm not sure if I can get that out. In the figurines aisle, and I'm sorry, these are ultra close-ups. My camera work really needs to improve still, but I see this trinket box and I really like the design. It's a country scene, like a little village, and it's hand painted, and hey, that is adorable. A little sheep, and it's only 50 cents. So I take that with me. I see these cute little mice in a bed, but quickly notice that this little piece has been chipped. I notice this stone elephant. I do love things that are made of stone and natural materials, so I take a quick look at that, but I put it back. It's nothing too special. There's a crazy cat. Yeah, it's like everything is magnified 1,000%. I'm really not sure what was going on with my camera work, so apologies. Thank you for sticking with me. I will get better, I promise. Or maybe I won't. Could be like bowling. You know, I bowl and I never ever get better no matter how many times I go bowling. So could be like that, but hopefully my camera work is going to get better. So like I said, I'm always looking for things that I haven't seen before, and this figurine that I carefully pull out is something that I haven't really seen, and it's ceramic. It looks to be possibly Indian, maybe Middle Eastern, and it's really, I like the painting on it. I like the figurine. It's got the little bit of rhinestone on it. I think it's really charming. So I decide I'm going to take that with me. Looking at some toys. This appears to be a little witch doctor, perhaps. It's a little dinosaur and a little, I don't know what you are. And then I notice these plastic coasters. These are definitely vintage. There's a set of, I think there's 6 in there. And they are apparently from some kind of Wisconsin It's the Wisconsin Manufacturing Association, if I remember right. And those are cool. In the middle of that gilded label, it says skilled men. Who doesn't want skilled men around? Got some pretty little butter dishes, perhaps. Nice floral designs there. This catches my eye. It's a little metal bird on some flowers. It's really cute, and it's only 99 cents. It looks to be a blue jay, maybe a cardinal, and it was 1989, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I put it in my cart. This stone dolphin is really amazing. I love it. It's a little unstable. I think there might have been some damage there, but it's so darn heavy. I just know I'm not going to try and ship that, and I don't love it enough to take it home for myself, so that stays on the shelf. Here's a pretty ceramic trinket dish made in Germany with some pretty florals on it. A disgruntled looking cat right there. Disgruntled because he's got some chippy paws, poor thing. One of these old country recipe boxes, hand painted wooden box. Not quite my thing, so I'm going to leave that behind. Speaking of bowling, here's some amazing ceramic pieces by Lefton, 1950s, I'm pretty sure 1950, 1960. They're just cute. I mean, I don't usually go for little figurines like this, but their faces really sold me on it. Look at each one has a really silly expression. They bowl like I do. Remember I was saying no matter how much I bowl, I never get any better. I think I feel that these are kindred spirits. So I put those in my cart. Oh, the glassware. It's so overwhelming, but these definitely stood out. I think those are a beautiful color, and I'm pretty sure those would probably be a pretty good pickup, but I just don't know enough about glass to do much with it. I look for very unusual pieces. So this one caught my eye because of the iridescence of the color, kind of a blue purple green, and the cut glass look to it, but I did not take it with me. And out of place over here amongst the DVDs and videos, I found this piece, which means someone probably picked it up thinking they were going to buy it and then just put it down when they decided against it. I like this. This is a nice architectural piece. I think I can use that for display. It's metal, and so I end up taking that. Probably going to keep that one. I have to put it down so I can fit it in the cart. What do we have here? Oh my, look at this huge, whomping big piece of art glass, but hey, I love it. Yes, it's contemporary, but look at that mottled orange color. Look at that curlicue stem. I'm taking this home with me for my decor, and it's only $3.99. Yes, please. Having a little trouble fitting this in my cart, but it's definitely coming home with me. So I tried.
I tried to be choosy and not take too many things, but I actually found a lot of things that I found really interesting. So I'm most excited, I think, about that. I think it was Nicole Engblom. I had to write it down because I'm just not familiar with her name. That fish plate, when I looked up her work, it seems to go for pretty high prices, and I don't know anything about her, but I'm picking that up on a whim, hoping that it's gonna bring in the kind of sale price that some of her other pieces do. So that was a surprise. And the other one, oh, the Susan Winget. So I really was looking at that angel because I thought it was a Jim Shore piece, and I'm familiar with Jim Shore, and I know that Jim Shore is very popular. Susan Winget, I've heard of it before, but I don't know that I've ever picked up any of her items. But when I looked up some comps, they seem to be doing pretty well. It's vintage, and I thought, well, it's a nice piece. It's not damaged, and maybe I can find it a good home. I'm also excited about that piece of pottery that I got, that vase, that light green vase. It seems to be a good quality. It definitely seems to be vintage. I don't know too much about who could possibly have made it, but I definitely liked it, and I thought the lines were great, so I'm going to give that a shot. And of course, that glass pumpkin, or that glass gourd, that's just huge. I mean, how can you lose on a price like that? So that was a good pickup. I might just keep that for my fall decor. Oh, and then finally, I think those Lefton bowling figurines, those ceramic figurines, you know, I don't usually pick up things like that. There was just something whimsical and fun and mid-century 1950s, 1960s about it, that it just reminds me of my parents. It reminds me of my dad. He wasn't much of a sportsman, but he did bowl, and at one point get a bowling trophy. So I don't know, it just warmed my heart a little bit, and the expressions on the faces were so fun. So I got that, and finally that those trays, those coasters, mid-century Wisconsin manufacturing or business. I don't know, for some reason I always think those are cool. I think of them as something historical that might not have been kept around, that some trade association, someone who still is in a skilled trade or does that kind of work, might find really cool for a man cave or for some other use. So I'm really happy with what I picked up. I don't think I think I messed up on my intro, so I think I might have had to abruptly stop it, and I didn't get to say my let's hit it thing, so I'm saying it now. Let's hit it. Well, we already hit it. And so let's just close with my typical goodbye, which is thrift on, siblings. Keep it going, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching my video.